replay your last. The gate is now rolling on Classic Radio Roundup. Tonight I'm featuring my Metrotek Mustang II.
That's all of that. Anyway, tonight's Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Cobra, as in the Cobra 135, the 1974 deluxe base station. Grasshopper Mobile, check in on this week's Classic Radio Roundup.
Hello, Grasshopper Mobile. You made it in time for the gate on Classic Radio Roundup. And I'm working this 8-channel Metrotek Mustang II, circa about 1964.
Yeah. And you're listening to 27.115 on your AM radio dial.
But it does have a Turner M+3 microphone on it. I think it sounds pretty good listening to Spew Radio live worldwide.
I didn't hear him. Unless he's somewhere else other than home, I would hear him.
There's a breaker.
Get a break.
I hear Tickle out there. Hello, Tickle. And there is another breaker. Is that Camel? Be who? The janitor?
Is he gonna draw?
You're too weak. You were pretty weak, brother. Give me a couple times. Let me hear it. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Alright there, Shadow. You're not real strong over here, to me, in the volcano crater, the northeast side of Pottstown, working this antique flea market glow on glass radio. Dude, I don't know what you did, but you just faded away. I can tell you're there, but I can't hear you. We're all of us are around the Pottstown area. East, west, north, south.
Up and down. Okay, good. Hey, break 1-3 one time. Break the break.
Anyway, alright there, Shadow, out there. Give us a shout when you get in a better location or get closer. We got a bunch of activity in local area here on Classic Radio Roundup. We'll pick up that next breaker.
Break 1-3, yeah, hello there, Spitfire, dog,
Hello, Brother Dog, top of the evening. Once again, nice to hear you stop by our roundup. Working this antique Metrotek Mustang II tonight. Only 8 glowing glass tubes.
Roger that, yep, on the tube. Alright, Spitfire, keep doing what you're doing. Always a pleasure. Have a good night. Grab the band. The dog, back out.
Alright there, Brother Dog. Take care, stay warm. Thanks for stopping by. Classic Radio Roundup, the Spitfire 441.
Stanley, I'm out of Pottstown. Everybody got a group up on the left, let's go.
Who's hollering for Pottstown? Somebody out there hollering for Pottstown. Let's go.
Well, it sound like Rare Bear.
Yeah, I thought it was. Maybe I need to pump it up a little. How about a Rare Bear? Is that you out there, Rare Bear? Breaker, breaker? 441 is Spitfire.
Guess he's putting out, but he's not hearing.
Yeah, I'm putting out, but most of it takes to get out of the volcano crater. Lose a lot of it in attenuation. But the leaves are falling off the trees, so I ought to be getting a little bit extra. hollering at the Spitfire?
It's Tickle in his mobile.
Yeah, hello, Tickle. What are you up there around Souderton again this week?
Yeah. Well, I'm on the move right now, but yeah, I'm still soldered.
Roger, Roger, on the move. You got a good copy on this antique Metrotek Mustang?
10-4, sound good?
10-4, Roger, right on. Yeah, you're sounding pretty good yourself tonight out there running around the hills and dales of Pennsylvania.
Thank you, sir. Hey, I had a couple questions.
Well, we'll do the best we can to answer.
Well, one, since I've gotten out of the radio and now back into it, everybody's come up with numbers. What are the numbers?
If you have a number and you like it, use it. I said the same thing about 20 years ago. You know, I was out of it for a little bit and everybody had handles. I come back, everybody's got numbers. It was with the numbers. You know, some people do it, some people don't. I just threw one on there. I'm mostly the Spitfire. And then the 441 came later when everybody decided to do numbers. So take your pick.
Well, I can always use my old race car number.
I pretty much use numbers on sideband, but I like my handle on AM. And then I've been doing it for so long now, it's just a habit to be the Spitfire 441.
Alright, second question. Where do they talk on FM? These crazy export radios.
Where do they talk on FM with the crazy export radios? Was that the question? You just have to search around and look for them. Typically when the skip is running, you'll find people using FM, but it's really not used all that much on the band.
It's a shame, too, because people sound better on FM. Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to be able to try it out.
Well, you have to catch me in here one night that's not classic radio roundup. I'll get it on that FM radio and play with you right here.
Yeah, more on that. Yeah, I'm searching around. I'm getting kind of picky on what I want for a classic radio.
Yeah, if you just, you know, catch one of these guys, even not myself, you know, on an off regular night, you know, not classic radio night, and ask somebody, you know, if they got an FM radio, just switch over to FM. They'll try it with you. Alright, well, when you were searching for a tube-type radio, there's, you know, a couple of caveats there, and some of them are a little bit more reliable than others. So if you find something, you know, unless it's real cheap, you know what I mean, kind of thing, and you don't mind throwing the money away, throw it by us, and we'll either give you the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Right. Well, it's like that old tube-type mobile I threw past you guys. It was just a little too far for me to drive to get. We'll buy it from you.
They are fun. They're definitely fun. Most of them, you know, are base radios, you know, the tube radios. I do have one that really is a strictly a tube mobile, and then I have two that are tubers that could be base or mobile, and actually 4. But in any case, they're kind of big. It would be kind of ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot of fun playing with the tube radios. You know, they really are pretty simple to work on.
Well, they have a real nice sound to them usually.
Yeah, sure, you're right. That's why we all like them.
And they sound good.
No solid state radio, unless it's been really worked on by a professional, sounds as good as any just plain old tube radio without having to do anything.
Tram Corsair. Alright. You know what, I do have one more question. You guys ever heard of R&R down there in Delaware?
Oh no! Well, some people like the place and some don't, so take your pick.
Alright, well, that's my problem. I've read a lot good and a lot bad.
I personally stay away from them. Anytime I walk into a CB radio shop and they don't have an oscilloscope on their test bench, I run away. Grab my radio and run, fast as I can.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I was trying to find somebody to go over this one here, and then eventually my Cobra. But, yeah, just, you know, I don't want to take it and drop it off to just anybody.
Well, that whole peeking and tweaking thing is really overrated, in my opinion. Your money can be spent better elsewhere. You know, put on a good little amplifier, a good microphone, a decent antenna. You know, or the rest of it, you know, if you really want to do the peek and tweak thing, in my opinion, it's really kind of a waste of money. A lot of radio, the radio should be good out of the box, or it ain't a good radio.
Right. Well, like I said, this one here, this one was in a rollover in a tractor trailer.
Well, it sure sounds all right. It didn't seem to hurt it none on your transmit.
Well, I'm still picking you up too real well, so I'm guessing the receive is pretty good.
Yep, so there doesn't seem to be really anything wrong with it.
Okay, I'll just run with it then.
Yeah, spend your money on other stuff. Find yourself a classic radio then, you know. Get in here and set up yourself a base station. I guess, I'm assuming you have a house.
Yep. And I already got a 5/8 wave ground plane that I'm looking at.
Ah, you'll be golden.
Yeah, plus Christmas is coming, and we all like to get Christmas gifts. So, you know, when you're thinking about spending money. Well, this 5/8 wave, I've been asking these people about it. Let me see. They've sold the house 3 times. I've asked every person there, and they said, "Come get it and take it off my chimney." But I've yet to go get it.
It's really the best bang for your buck, a 5/8 wave antenna on a base station. I mean, you can always go up from there, but I mean, they really do work well.
Well, I had an old one years ago. It had it was a 5/8 wave. It had the 4 ground planes on it, and at the top, it had the little wires at the top were round. It looked like a ball on top. Super light. That thing worked great.
Yeah, they don't make good aluminum ground planes like they used to.
I'm sure this thing was old. It was my grandfather's, and he passed away in '86.
Evening, Tickle.
Yes, sir.
I just said good evening. You got 044 Dave.
Good evening, Dave.
You say you used to drive a race car?
Yeah, dirt car over there at the mud pit over by you guys.
Uh-oh, here we go.
What, at Grandview?
Yeah, the mud pit.
10-4.
We're going off on the race car tangent.
Welcome to Classic Race Car Round.
Yeah, you need a silver bullet in here now. I know you and him know a lot about that place.
Did he used to race too?
No, he's an official up there.
He's an official up there. I probably know him.
Yeah, silver bullet. If you give me a second, I can tell you his name.
Charlie.
Charles, yeah. Whatever happened to Silver Bullet anyway?
He's around. I ran into him on 10 meters the other day.
Charlie the engine tech.
It's probably him.
Charlie. This guy's flag man in the corner.
Oh, he's the corner flag guy. Alright. Yeah, I ran a bunch of years in the late models. Took 1 year to modify. Went back to late models. Disappeared. Came back a few years later, put somebody else in my car, and they said, forget it.
Yeah, what was the number?
79.
10-4-79.
Yeah, back when I had the modified, it looked like, I don't know, people used to call it Pirate Mobile because it was black and red and checkers, red splashes. It was interesting.
How many years ago was that?
I sold my last late model 5 years ago.
10-4. Yeah, I've been going up there since the late 70s.
Alright, well, my driver the last time was a guy named Matt Carter. That was when I was just playing car owner.
10-4.
And then realized you don't put a drag race guy in a round car because they don't like to turn, and you end up with a bent car every night.
Especially at Grandview.
Dude, I don't care who you are. That's funny. Don't put a drag race driver in a roundy round racing car.
Oh, he wouldn't listen. You gotta lift before you get into the turn. You gotta lift early, set the car, and drive it through. No, he waits at the last second and tries to pitch it. And every time he hits the wall.
Yeah. That's too funny though. Just the way it came out. But yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know. I think I would do better in a roundy round than go fast, go straight.
Yeah, to me that's kind of over too quick.
Yeah, it loses something there. You know, to me it's more about the build, you know, than it is the driver. Anybody can drive a straight line.
Right. Well, you know, you get circuit into drag race. Well, same with dirt though. But drag racing, you can get into just stupid money.
Yeah, all of it you really can. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, that's kind of why I got out of it. You know, we started out. I took a bone stock motor back when they were running 2 barrels, threw a camshaft in it, and a set of headers, and went racing. The last motor we built was over an $11,000 motor. It was like, you know, we can't afford this.
You know what I did to put a cap on all that? There's some friends and we race mini bikes, 100 cc's or less. And then you wouldn't believe the competition. I got an 82 XR80 that pretty much rips ass, and it's pretty well modified, you know. But that's the kind of stuff we run. 100 cc limit, and it's like a little tiny oval dirt track, you know. Maybe, I don't know how far long it is. Maybe 200 yards oval, and we have a blast. To be like a half a dozen, maybe 8 or 10 of us out there. 100 cc's are left, but all modifications are legal.
Oh, I gotta get with you. You'd love my garage. Let's see. Let me start out with the 3. There's 3 of them. Going to be 4 soon. Right around 81, 82 MX-80s. There's a 1982 XL 100. Did you say that? Is there a year limit on it?
Nah, no year limit, just 100 cc's.
Alright, I got an 01 KX60. I got all kinds of stuff in there. And that doesn't even include the 4-wheelers.
Yeah, well, you know, we can have a blast.
See, I like them old vintage metal tank bikes, though.
Yeah, me too. That's why I like my XR80. You know, and those motors, you know, they're still the same motor more or less, and they just, man, you can rev the piss out of them things.
Oh yeah, I've had this one MX100, or MX80, I'm sorry, MX80. I've had this one MX80 since my son's 14 now. I bought it for him when he was 1. And this thing, I rebuilt it once. This thing is like dead reliable. You can start it with your hand.
Yeah, I have my 80. It's got the 75 cc head on it, so it raises my compression. Then I poured and polished it, and bored it out to 100, and opened up the intake a millimeter, or 2 millimeter. So yeah, it runs pretty good. And everybody runs like avgas or cam 2 or something like that, and I'm running 12-to-1 compression, and you know, it's pretty serious. We get as much as we can out of the motors.
I'll tell you what, that little KX60 I got, that thing's evil. Every adult that's ridden it, it's thrown them off.
I had a KD 100 years ago, and that was pretty much like that.
This thing, it's crazy. It's a child's bike. But I live on a 6-acre plot, and I take it up the field, and literally I can wheelie every gear.
Well, yeah, that sounds like fun.
And it's never been touched. It's bone stock.
Is it 2-stroke?
Liquid cooled 2-stroke.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's what those MXs are, but they don't have the big expansion chamber and they're oil injected.
Yeah, but once they started liquid cooling and 2-strokes, they started getting some insane power out of them.
Oh yeah, and then you know they started messing with the exhaust pipes, having those big expansion chambers. And that's basically what tunes your what they call your quote unquote power band.
Right. It pulls the exhaust out and brings the intake in quicker.
Now I'll tell you what, that little green machine is just evil.
That's funny. That's right there for the 200-yard oval track.
But, all right, gentlemen, Tickle's got to go on the side for a little bit and put his little girlies to bed. We're all sitting out here in the bowl, and we just dropped my son off.
Alright there, Tickle. Thanks for stopping by the roundup. Sounding good tonight. I'm going to take a pause myself. I got to refill the coffee cup. 441 the Spitfire.
Catch you later, Tickle. Have yourself a good evening if you don't get back in there.